Hi there, Malcolm here with my 438th Booktube video, and today I'll be bringing you a book review for The Witcher Crossroads of Ravens by Andrzej Sapkowski. And this is a The Witcher prequel, featuring a very young Geralt of Rivia heading out for the first time to go and do some witchering. I've seen the first couple seasons of the show, and I've read a few of the graphic novels that tie into the game, so I'm slightly familiar with the character of Geralt. This is the first novel I've actually read though, and it's one I read to my wife. And yeah, that is pretty much the thrust of the story. There's no plot per se. He goes to a place, deals with the monster there, he goes to another place, deals with the thing going on there. A bit like with the various graphic novels and shows and games. An older Witcher does take him under the wing a bit and does teach him a few things. He himself has got a bit of a dark past, which does sort of loosely leak into the little plot that there is. Something happened, there's bad blood because of it, resulting in Geralt going on some sort of revenge quest toward the end of the story. Now, this is translated by David French, who I thought did a remarkable job. This didn't feel like a translated book. I don't know how many English colloquialisms have a direct Polish equivalent, but there are quite a few used in this book, and they're ones that we are familiar with. So I don't know if in the translation David used a English equivalent of what was originally written, or whether they are directly translatable. I don't know, but this felt like it was written as is rather than being translated from something else. And the story itself I found interesting enough. Like I said, there was no plot, so to a degree I didn't really see much of the point of this in terms of, okay, it's a younger Geralt, we know he survives all these trials and tribulations because he's in the TV show, he's in the games, he's in the original novels. This is all a precursor to that. But at the same time, it does kind of introduce you to this world, and I think, yeah, like I said, this is my first novel, and I think if you want to try some Witcher stuff, I don't know where to start, timeline chronologically is perhaps a good one, and apparently this is a good place to start for new people to The Witcher, where you meet an unpolished, rough version of The Witcher that is better known on the screen or in the original books. I'd say a lack of any reasonable plot didn't spoil the story that much, but I couldn't help while reading this thinking, where's this going to go? This isn't really doing anything. And already having some familiarity of the character, rather than just seeing him a little bit naive, I don't think it's really added much to Geralt as a character. And the other takeaway from this I was surprised by how humorous this was. There were a couple of chuckle moments, but even the way that certain things were described, or the way that Geralt views certain situations, or even how the narrative of the story tells the reader about what's going on, there's a slight cheeky undertone to it, which I thought was quite interesting. And there were also certain passages that felt like you were playing an RPG game, where there's a dialogue taking place, but you only hear the dialogue of the person that Geralt is talking to, whether it's a shopkeeper or a trainer or someone hiring him. It was very much, they say something, they then respond to whatever it is that Geralt does or says in a way that you know what it was that Geralt said or did without actually having written it down on the page. And the sequence continues like that. Pretty much how it would be if you were playing Geralt and clicking on the responses that pop up during the course of playing that game. And it's the first time I've really encountered that in a book. Thankfully it doesn't overuse it. I'm still not sure on what I feel about it, but it was something different at least. But in the end, I had a good time with it. Definitely worth buying, particularly this lovely broken binding edition, which I think was the first one that they put out. It's got wonderfully illustrated end papers. That's the one at the back, fighting some great big centipede thing. Got sprayed edges and a sort of embossed back front cover with a snake emblem, and back cover with a wolf emblem, which is rather nice. It slightly suffers from not having a plot, but not hugely. So have you read The Witcher, watched The Witcher, played The Witcher? What's your favourite encounter, character, whatever? Comment down below please. As usual, if you have nothing nice to say, please keep it to yourself. Thank you. Don't forget to like, subscribe and other YouTube things if you want. And until next time, see you later.